Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The next video we're going to do is the ICE agent who unalived Renee Good received a quiet transfer. Let's get into it.
Cop, the ICE agent who shot and killed Renee Good. Well, that ICE agent is in good standing, relocated, and back on duty. Here it is.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. As we know. Let's continue.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
That's what ICE agent Jonathan Ross said after fatally shooting Renée Good, despite her posing no threat for video analysis. Now he's been relocated to another state and is resuming work with ICE, according to a new report by Punch Up. He's been completely protected from ICE's internal accountability process because the FBI investigation into the incident was quickly shut down. Trump and MAGA defended Ross from the beginning, claiming Good was the threat, because it's not about law and order or right and wrong. It's just about power, and he's on their side. One guy even started a GoFundMe for Ross, which has raised almost $800,000 to cover his legal fees, security, and living expenses.
That is absolutely insane for somebody to start a GoFundMe for someone who unalived somebody for no reason. He started a GoFundMe for someone who unalived somebody for no reason. Absolutely insane. Let's continue.
Thankfully, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Democrats are looking to take the House in the midterms, and they need to hold agents like Ross accountable for their crimes.
Health insurance pays your hospital.
Advertisement,
Old school life insurance pays when you die. Neither pays you while you're still alive. You're 3 times more likely to become critically ill during your working year.
Put it up full mass.
Put it back up full mass.
One man or one woman should not have the power to define immunity for a governmental agent. Straightforward. There are multiple jurisdictions that could have arrested him, investigated him. The local jurisdiction did not. Put it up full mass. As you saw in that report, the ICE agent who fatally shot an unarmed mother who posed no threat, Miss Renée Good, that cop, that ICE agent has been quietly relocated to a different state where he can terrorize members of that population and allowed to resume work. Ross is now performing administrative and investigative duties 3 months after he killed Miss Good. I want you to keep that picture up. They moved him to another state. He's not reinstated to his original post. He now works in administration and investigation. He's no longer interacting with members of the public in the same way. If he's justified and exonerated by the internal processes of ICE, why does he get a demotion? Why is he no longer leading street teams? Because they don't want him to kill another person and get bad PR for the agency. Senior
Facts. Because if he did something right, you would keep him doing the same thing. But since he's not doing the same thing, obviously you know that he did not do something right. Let's continue.
Department of Homeland Security officials have told the Daily Beast new sister investigations outlet that Agent Jonathan Ross, 43, has effectively been shielded from ICE's own accountability process because the FBI investigation into the killing was stalled. You could thank Mr. Cash for that. With whistleblowers in the Senate, Democrats alleging the federal probe into Good's killing was deliberate, a deliberate shutdown at the top. Ross was placed on administrative leave just 3 days before quietly moving out of the state Punch Up has now learned no further action has been taken against him. Put it up. The Department of Justice told Fox News Digital to be precise, that ICE's Office of Professional Responsibility was running its own internal review parallel to the FBI investigation. Quote, as with any officer-involved shooting, end quote. But senior officials told Punch Up that's not what actually happened. And ICE, Internal Affairs Division, cannot begin its administrative review until the FBI probe concludes, freezing the agency's accountability process for Ross. And that's the idea, because based on protocol and statute, FBI comes to no conclusion. They can't legally engage in the internal affairs investigative process, holding this up indefinitely. The slow pace has fueled mounting fury inside the agency, with one senior official, ICE official, telling Punch Up the FBI needs to or get off the pot, end quote. I haven't heard that quote in 20 years. It's just hanging out there, the agent says. They said adding...
Basically, they're just stalling the investigation, just letting it be there, even though they know this man did something wrong. He's still walking around, still working, getting sent to new places, basically got demoted, but still having a job. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. But a person like me and Rashad, we're going to keep holding these uncivilized people accountable. Let's continue.
The limbo had prevented ICE from speaking publicly about the killing or attempting to rebuild public confidence, because Trump don't give a damn about you. That's why. He doesn't care about your agency, legacy, career, law enforcement. He could care less about that. He cares about his own agenda. Now, it's going to be interesting how this unfolds, because he does care about PR, at least to some degree. The FBI investigation has been clouded by controversy. Day one, reports from Punch Up on January 23rd, on January 23rd, FBI supervisor Tracy Mergen resigned from the Minneapolis field office after she was pressured to reclassify her civil rights inquiry into Ross as a probe of an alleged assault on a federal officer by Good herself. CBS reported that first. Whistleblower accounts later obtained by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and Dick Durbin described the current FBI director as directing agents to reframe. Let me say that word again. Reframe. Warrant language to portray Ms. Good as a suspect rather than a victim.
That is terrible. Just to push their narrative to try to frame Ms. Good as a criminal, then a victim. Absolutely insane. Let's continue.
That's illegal. That's corrupt. That's unethical.
Introducing new Build Your Own Bowls
Advertisement,
Hawaiian
yeah.
Rose. The fresh flavors you crave, built the way...
Multiple senior DHS officials told Punch Up that the decision to freeze the Minnesota state investigators from federal evidence and the crime scene was directed by the White House. Career officials believed a joint federal-state review, the standard practice, cited in Minnesota's March 24th lawsuit against the DOJ and DHS, would have produced a more credible outcome, but They were never consulted. Quote, "We let some states in and not others," one top official said. "It makes us look like idiots." End quote. Let's put up the widow of the late Renee Good. Her name is Rebecca. Rebecca has requested that the court provide a court order to the federal government to hand over the vehicle Renee was shot in. A lawyer for the Good family says the vehicle remains shrink-wrapped and unexamined at an FBI storage facility in Brooklyn Center.
Absolutely insane. So they still got the vehicle. It's just sitting there. Again, they're just stalling this whole entire case. This is absolutely insane. This cop needs to be held accountable. The agency needs to be held accountable. ICE, everybody, everything. That woman was not a suspect. She was going about her own business. She was not trying to interfere with whatever they were doing. She could ask questions because there's always been talk about, oh, she was doing this and trying to stop them from working. She could ask, she could say anything. These uncivilized agents, cops, all of them, I'm going to hold all of you accountable. That woman was not trying to stop them or block their car or trying to block them in with her car or none of that. It's all just a spin narrative. Let's continue.
And that his numerous attempts to contact about the return and that for that vehicle has been completely unsuccessful. Quote, "The government has had ample opportunity to obtain whatever evidence it desires from the vehicle. It has, by all accounts, declined that opportunity," end quote. This is what the motion said. Attorney Kevin Riak further argued in the motion that the government's refusal to turn over the vehicle could result in evidence degrading every day, saying blood on surfaces can flake off and tires can deflate over time, affecting the accuracy of bullet trajectories. For instance, damage to the car, location and entry angle of bullet holes, and the location of blood spatter, and another, the biological evidence, highly relevant, assessing Ross's position during each shot, the filing said. Here comes the slap in the face. As a slap in the face, what did DHS do? DHS posted a montage of ICE agents with the caption, quote, "ICE is nice," end quote.
ICE is nice. Huh. So, unaliving a mother that's not a suspect is nice. No. Let's continue. Absolutely not.
Which comes after Trump endorsed a viral right-wing demand to rename ICE to National Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In the video, there's footage of an ICE agent stealing a rose from Renee Good's memorial. That's sadistic. It's disgusting. It is.
That is absolutely wrong. Why would an ICE agent do that? Why would anybody do that? Let's continue.
Sick as hell, psychopathic, it seems. Who would do that? These aren't the individuals who think like the majority of Americans, regardless of whatever hang-up we may or may not have. There are bigots who did not sign up for this. Now, the irony is, dear brother, that once again, they're not being held accountable. Congress, let's say the Democrats in Congress, they can't get on one accord about abolishing ICE. And they're saying, give us power and we will somehow fix it. What say you?
Basically, yeah, the same thing. I mean, for one, I'm incredibly happy to see that this story is just getting back into the spotlight. I've been wondering for quite a while at what happened to this officer, and the assumption I've had is, yeah, that he's being essentially protected and moved around, and they're going to continue to protect their own. We know this from every other, story that we cover here. It is going to happen. But to your point, yeah, I mean, I get a little nervous when it comes to the Democrats' ability to actually follow through on this level of justice, because it's going to require some kind of unity on their part to actually go, hey, this is actually wrong, and we're going to do something about it, instead of just giving, really nice words that they tend to do. I was in Minneapolis a couple months ago and did go see the memorial site for Preddy, and that was also a very beautiful, moving, humbling moment. And the idea that you have officers that are not only desecrating sites like that, but also seeing it glorified online in this kind of trollish meme way by this administration is just completely disgusting. And yeah, I think we need an opposition party that's going to actually oppose this moving forward.
That's right. Elect people who are not as measured, but they have light. They have guts. They may not have all the wisdom, but they got fight. Those are the people we have to start electing.
With Huntress Managed DDR, you have the global Huntress SOC on your side to detect, investigate, and erect.
That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Young Tripp family. And I will have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description. And make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Young Tripp family. And also make sure that you're subscribed, because YouTube is in that moment of unsubscribing people. So make sure that you are subscribed. Again, I'm going to keep holding these uncivilized cops accountable and ICE agents. He should be in jail, hopefully to go to prison. But instead, he's being protected and moved all around. That is absolutely crazy. Renee Good should still really be here. Unfortunately, she's not, because of this ICE agent's actions. But again, people like me, Rashad, Willie D, Trey King, and whoever else will continue, Candace Matthews, we will continue to hold you uncivilized cops accountable. As a person who always wanted to do this job, I will continue to hold you accountable. This is absolutely insane, and how they're protecting him, how the investigation is being stalled, and everything. But let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat as always, and in the link in the description, going back to Rashad Ritchie. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Young Tripp family. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.